When you're writing a document, the one thing you need is speed. Actually, you don't. You need quality writing. But you don't want to have a spelling mistake and waste time moving your hand on the trackpad, clicking and going back to the keyboard. So here are some simple keyboard shortcuts you can use to write faster. It may take some time to get used to, but trust me, it will help a lot. First, when deleting a word, most people tend to move their hand down to the trackpad and click, but this takes time to do, so the shortcut option delete deletes the word for you. But that's not all. There are a list of things you can do. You can delete the word, you can select a word, you can go back and forward a word, and you can even do the same thing with lines. You can delete a line, you can go to the start or back of a line, you can go to the top or bottom of a file, and you can even select the entire file. To be able to do this, you have to memorize this list. The command key means the entire line, the option key means one word, the arrow keys mean which direction to go, and the shift key means to select. So these are the keyboard shortcuts I used in the example before. Now let's talk about other keyboard shortcuts. So have you ever copied a text and then went on another tab and tried to paste it, but then you see that the formatting is the same? Well, there's a way you can remove the formatting by just one keyboard shortcut. So to do this, you have to press Shift, Option, Command, and then V. That way you can paste it without the formatting. So that's the non-formatted one, and that's the formatted one. If this is too difficult to press, there's an even more complicated way of doing it. Open up a new tab by pressing Command T, and you can press Command V to paste the text. You can press Command A to select all the text, and you can press Command X or C, but X is closer, to cut the text, and you can press Command W to close the tab. And then an unformatted version of the text you copied will be on your keyboard. Now let's talk about other shortcuts. When you press Command B, it'll bold the text. When you press Command I, it'll put italic on the text. When you press Command U, it'll underline the text. Second topic, window management. Have you ever wanted to click on a window in the back but didn't want to open it? Well, this is where the command key comes in handy. You can hold down the command key and left click or right click and even drag on the windows that are not active. So you can see here I have the notes window and I just dragged it. And you can see I pasted it without even having to open the notes window. Did you know that macOS has split screen? When you hover over the green traffic light, you will see that you have the option to enter full screen, tile window to the left, and tile window to the right. When you click on them, you will have the option to select another window and enter split screen mode. There's also a slider in the middle of the windows, and you can press on them to resize the windows. Additionally, when you hover over it, you can zoom, move window to the left side of the screen, and move window to the right side of the screen. To do this, you have to hold down the Option key. If you just want to zoom, you do not have to wait for the popover menu. You can just hold the Option key and click on the green button. Have you ever wanted to force quit applications without pressing Command, Option, Escape and manually selecting the app? Well, if you do Command, Option, Shift and Escape, you can force quit the current application you're on faster. This can be used as a prank against your friends since many people don't know what this does. Let's say you are using two applications, your web browser and the Notes app, and you want to switch between them faster. Well, A faster way of doing it is by pressing Command Tab. As you can see, I'm pressing the Command Tab key and holding down the Command key. This is a list of the running applications. I'm holding down the Command key and pressing the Tab key to go forward. To go backward, I'm holding the Shift key and pressing the Tab key. If you don't want to see a list of the applications and just want to switch to the second application, you can press the Command and Tab key at the same time. Web browsing. When you press Command 1, you select the first tab. When you press Command 2, you select the second. When you press Command 3, you select the third. When you press Command 4, you select the fourth, and so on. When you press Command 9, you select the last tab, not the 9th tab. Basic browser shortcuts. If I want to open a new tab, I can press Command T. If I want to close it, I press Command W. If I want to reopen that tab, I can press Command Shift W. If I want to open a private window, I can press Command Shift N. And you can see it says private. If I want to open a new window, I can press Command N. Now let's say I have a window with a bunch of tabs open and I want to close the entire window. I can press Command Shift W and that closes the window. And if I have other windows open, I can press that keyboard shortcut. Picture in picture. Now let's say I have a YouTube video open and I want to do another task while watching the video. I can press right click 2 times and I can see the picture in picture menu. So right click once, and if I right click twice, I see these options. I press enter picture in picture and you can see I have the video open. I can also resize and make the video bigger or smaller. The problem with picture in picture, however, is that I cannot make it stay in the middle. It always sticks to a corner. So to make it stay in any part of the screen, I can just hold down the Command key and move it wherever I want. Spotlight search. Spotlight search is a very useful feature that I use very often. And it can do a bunch of stuff like opening applications, calculating, and unit conversion. Spotlight is enabled by default, and to open it you press Command space. You can do stuff like calculating, 5 plus 5 is 10. You can do unit conversion and a bunch of other stuff. But the problem with Spotlight search is that it searches through the entire system. Basically, it looks at every file you have and saves it on one file that works as a database in your Mac. And the problem with that is searching through the system takes a lot of energy and you may experience battery drains. To fix it, you go to System Settings, search for Spotlight, and enable only these features: Application, Calculator, and Conversion. And once you've enabled only those, you go to Spotlight Privacy and then press Command Shift H to go to your user directory, and then press Command Shift dot to show the hidden files. Now once you see the library folder, click Add. The library folder is not needed as it is the place to store your settings to a certain app. Plus Spotlight search doesn't even show these files when you search for it, as the library folder is hidden, meaning that you're wasting your battery on indexing something that you aren't even going to use. Do you have a very cluttered desktop? Well, on your desktop, right click and choose the option Use Stacks. You can see how my desktop went from a cluttered mess to this very clean looking desktop. Now here's a small trick you can use on your friends. You can go to the system setting, go to General, Sharing. Now scroll down to the bottom and click on Edit You can change the name of your computer to something funny like Donald Trump and then airdrop to your friends and they won't know who did it. And on their screen it'll show Donald Trump. Now time for our last topic, screenshots. When you press Command Shift 3, it'll take a screenshot of the entire screen. When you press Command Shift 4, you can drag your cursor and select a certain part of the screen and screenshot it. And when you right click on the preview, you can delete them and do a whole bunch of other stuff. Now here's the fun part. When you press Command Shift 5, you have access to a whole bunch of settings. Let's do a quick overview. You can resize the thing with your cursor. You can select a window and you can see the preview, and you can select the entire screen. There are also options. You can save it to documents, clipboard, mail, messages, preview, or other location. You also have a timer and other options. Now let's talk about screen recording. So you can see there's record entire screen and record selected portion of the screen. And when you click on options and click on show mouse clicks, this is what it'll display once the screen recording is done. So you can see that I am clicking my mouse. It shows the mouse clicks.